Good morning everyone. Today I'm doing part 10 of the city building series. This series has been going on for quite a while now and it's the only thing I've been doing so far. If you guys want me to do anything different like, Bed Wars videos or Sky Wars videos, which, I'm planning to do that in the future, just let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, apart from that, in this video I've decided to start working on the main avenue again, and this video is it's going to be focusing on one of the bigger, more commercialized buildings. So you probably already noticed that this video is speeded up and it's only 8 minutes long, and that's because the original video that was unedited was only, it was pretty long, 16 minutes, and it's gonna be pretty boring watching just 16 minutes of me placing down blocks to build a building. So I decided to speed it up, and now it's a lot easier for you guys to watch, and it's also a lot easier for me to voice over, because as you probably already know, I'm lazy and I like to do things in the easiest fashion possible, or not the easiest fashion, or about the easiest way possible is what I mean. And that's why I like recording short videos, because I feel like I can put a lot more energy into it and there's less things to think about, and it just makes the quality of the video more, it makes the quality better, and it also makes the video more entertaining to my audience. So going back to the build, this building is pretty squarish, other than like this one side which has a little bit of a curvature to it, but other than that, this building is basically just a rectangle. And the reason I made it like that is because, well, the building next to it is already like angular and stuff, and most big buildings in like big cities and stuff, they're usually pretty boxy. There's not like, these crazy angles or these, eccentric designs and architecture. It's usually a pretty basic shape, and so I decided that, because I'm uncreative, I'm just gonna make a box. And I made a few adjustments so that it doesn't look so boxy, because even I thought it looked ugly. But apart from that, it's a box. So prior to the build, I was trying to decide what colors or what blocks I'm gonna use to build this building, okay? And I was having trouble deciding what color I was going to use for, like, the concrete. And it kind of came to me that I'm starting to run out of colors now. A lot of my buildings already have like the colors that I usually use, like red, or not red, but black, green, what am I saying? Black, gray, white, brick, sandstone, all the like usual colors. And I'm starting to run out of colors. I don't want to make I don't want to use the same block or the same color over and over again, because then it'd be way too repetitive. But at the same time, I can't find any blocks that would look good or that look modern enough to be used in a build. So if you guys have any recommendations, you can always put in the comments, but I don't have any recommendations coming to me right now, so I have an issue. And I tried experimenting with it, using like different blocks with the different textures. Like in this build, I use black concrete and smooth andesite, I think, and I think it looks okay. But other than that, there's not much variety. So here I finished up with the bottom half of the building, and now I'm gonna be moving on to the top. And for the top half, I decided to like cut off a bit of the section so that there's some variety and so there's some interesting aspect to the building. It doesn't look like, just a plain box, which it is, but at the same time it's not. And yeah, I just tried adding some, or throwing in some, interesting aspects, interesting ideas to the build, to make it more interesting, I'm saying interesting way too much, and it's becoming repetitive again. But other than that, yeah, I just made it the top half in this build. As you can probably already tell, my commentary is on point. For the top half, other than a cutting off a section, I didn't do anything really different. I just basically copied the same design that I had in the bottom half, because at the same time I wanted to have some sort of uniformity to the build, so that it doesn't look like some garish, overly eccentric building. Almost like I wanted to make it seem like one build, not like it's just slapped together. You know, I always wondered how how much architects pay attention to like the aesthetic aspect to buildings and towers when they're designing a new building. Like like I mentioned before, every time I went to like big cities, I always thought that, you know, the architecture, it's pretty boxy and squarish. Now that might be because, you know, the buildings are old and, you know, back then people weren't really concerned about design or architecture or aesthetics. They were more concerned about functionality and, you know, just getting the job done. But I feel like, you know, as we get more modern and technologies advance, you want to see more, you know, aesthetically pleasing buildings in big cities, especially in cities like New York or Dubai, or, you know, cities like that. I feel like Dubai has like is a good example of, you know, it has a few good examples of like aesthetically pleasing buildings. Like whatever that swirly building is, as like vortex building, that's a pretty good design. I might try actually building that in this city, but I'm not sure how to pull off like the vortex design. So I'm nearing the end of this build, and right now I'm just adding in some finishing touches, and eventually I'm gonna move on to finish topping off the roof, and then that's basically about it. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, subscribe and like this video to support the channel.